just now. Haha, I thought it was actually pretty convincing. Right, truly a tragedy. Now that's just your imagination talking. Come now, Zelaya. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story. And better save for another time. Very well. Another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience. So you're going to try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. Oh my god. In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron? Since you don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. No, I don't need to. I only pressed because I wanted more info. Right there, and there. Oh, I was pressing Y to bring up the menu. Alright, there it is. So if we check it... Yeah, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. You're wrong. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? But of course. Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You'll want to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Why are they ganging up on us? Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Oh, I don't know. Is it to do with this? The newspaper? It's about the first heist. The Tear of Eminon? The gem and the thief. Priceless. No. Wait, so when was this? October 12th. When was the heist? The heist was like weeks ago, wasn't it? Or months? That's my only thing to go on. Wait a minute. No, I think he has it on his right hand, so I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Bugger. That's my only idea. No idea. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of... oh, the Tear of Eminon, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's colour. Colour? I'm not much for discussing colour myself. They're spelling colour wrong too. Penises! That didn't really bug me. According to the clipping, the colour of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means, the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Eminon that Master Mass stole at all. Oh! Of course. And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. How many times could he be... This is who Cain Bullard was actually blackmailing. Oh. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Well, he's sweating, so he must be on the money. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single Master Mass case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped, conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Does he actually have a proper breakdown? I can't remember. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Order in the court. Order, I say. Oh, Jesus. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world... Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? Is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atme wanted so desperately keep secret was his identity as an ace detective, master mask, a blackmailer. Wait. Oh! Yeah, because Ron started receiving heist plans. Blackmailer. I'd completely forgot about that. Luke Atme was a blackmailer. The blackmailer becomes blackmailed. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? Ugh, you have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start to receive blackmail letters starting after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Eminon heist. After that I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans. In which case, that would mean that Rhonda Light was actually Master Mask. That's what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. the Light steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Hot damn. Silence! Uh-oh. Breakdown incoming! Now I see, it's all becoming clear. Waiting for that Zvari. When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Rhonda Light. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Well, yes. Rhonda Light started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means, I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Rhonda Light was Mask to Mask? Oh, right, yeah. The newspaper, because he was actually the security guard. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the centre of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Rhonda Light in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask the Mask was really Ron Delight. Oh damn, what the? Wasn't he supposed to be Master Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it, he was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Oh! Why you, how dare you expose me like that? Why I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that? Oh god, he's gone into denial. Poor guy. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. How dare you even... could ever fall to such lowly depths? Yourselves with those big mouths of yours are a fool. I say, none of you compared to my genius are really just jealous. Ace detective cannot handle... What the bloody hell? So that is his breakdown. It's enough to make me laugh. He looks so happy though. Sheesh. It would seem we finally got to the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Indeed it was. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme. Oh my god, are you serious? My goodness, Godot. Your pen. Oops. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my sentence. Definitely. Start to go into denial. But I'm an ace detective and Master Mask. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. Where do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right, that's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull. But... there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB Security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Ah dear. Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. Got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough. Mr. Trite, I want to hear your answer. That night Luke Atme was at KB Security, and the defense can't prove it. There is nothing. The only thing we got was that Ron said he saw a silhouette. So yeah, we can't prove it right now. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. Oh man, the audience are really going crazy. But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony... Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. And face his guilty verdict as Master Mask. No! Well now, Sir Lawyer. It seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is screwed. Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Because Atme will have already gotten his verdict. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master Mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Cain Bullard is concerned. No way. Bro! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of the crime here means that he will never again be tried as Cain Bullard's murderer. Oh, God, that's not good. Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. No! You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Oh dear. Okay, so then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme. Ooh. What? Wait, that was Mia. I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child... Wait. That sounds really bad. Your Honor, when you were in a child... I really hope the judge hasn't ever been inside a child. This is what was on your report card every year. Was that meant to say, like, when you were in school as a child? So they missed school and as. Instead of in school as a child, it's in a child. Oh no. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Oh my god. Phoenix, raise your head up high. Oh no. Yeah, I never noticed. Then reading it out loud, I'm just like, wait a minute. When you was in a child, how did they miss that? Oh no! Raise your head up high, Phoenix. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Oh! I've just recovered my hit points. That voice, no way! Hey! Looks like Maya summoned Mia. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia? This is the true power of the Karine channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. He was up fast. Ding! Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. But what do you mean? Your Honor, just know you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. No, Sir Lawyer, seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective, as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is a true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defence, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing. Oh, so lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. Do you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, Lucat? Let's hear it. He's like, huh? You're meant to be on my side. It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, look at me. I'll allow the defence to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defence would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix? This is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. This actually is. Because if you press the wrong statement, it's an instant guilty verdict. Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lottie Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLite. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLite was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. Hang on. How does he know? Yeah, how would he know that he was wearing the outfit unless he saw him? And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the colour of the jewel. Zvari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he actually said he was wearing the costume when we was doing the trial earlier. In which case, Luke at me was actually in the courtroom next door. So he wouldn't have a clue, unless, as I say, he saw him. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But, how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary! Sir Watson. Sir Lawyer. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I didn't call him trite for once. I'll not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. We cannot postpone Luke Atme's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance? It seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with the testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence, which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. I mean, I have save states, so I technically have unlimited chances, but I know which one I should press. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. You got it, Chief. Actually, we wouldn't need to present evidence anyway, because everybody in this courtroom heard Ron DeLite make those comments earlier. So there, I don't remember which one it was. It's when he mentions Ron was wearing his Master Mask outfit. So, deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The buttons did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLite was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which was why he left no prints. Press. I really hope that was the right one. Music went down. That's a good sign. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Excuse me? You still don't get it, do you? Trite. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The bun did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. But how could you have known? More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn? There we go. The fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. There we go. Wah, wah, wah. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that. Oh! Nice. You're in the next courtroom being tried as Master Mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well... Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Even we didn't know, so doubt it. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please remember, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. Is he going to mention a silhouette? There we go. When he entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Sorry. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw him. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. God, Godot, you're just grasping at straws, man. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you'll turn that statement around, it stands to follow that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Oh, what? I don't know why it's like fading in as if to say, dun dun dun, you never would have guessed. Detective Atme, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. What one was wearing? What the hell is this noise? Is it his breakdown or is it Godot? Oh, it's him. What? He's building up for a big one. Oh dear. What? No way! Just... How could anybody mistake his pointy hair? And also, you can see the monocle, so take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. It's weird. He's having a breakdown, but he's laughing. Never thought that would happen. He's actually... He looks really happy in his breakdown, I'll be honest. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making an alibi. Oh my god, Ron. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. He said this like 4 times now. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Now he's gonna scream. Don't ignore me! Oh my god, I feel sorry for Ron. It's happened so many times. Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why would he be? Or why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that. But... I really am Master Mask. Huh? So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it... I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master Mask is really innocent. For now. It would seem so. For now. Ooh. Now then, this court finds the defendant. Boom! Boom! Yeah! Holy crap, that was one hell of a trial. It was ridiculous. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, that isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. My goodness. Double jeopardy. Hey! Hey, it's Mia. You did it, Nick. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of lost these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Quran channeling school? Hey Christian, how's it going? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. You mean Misty Faye? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. I am playing Trials and Tribulations. The only downside is, I've just finished the case, which means I'll be stopping the stream. So I'm sorry, but you came in at basically the last couple minutes. So I apologise. Well then, see you around. Mia. Mr. Wright? I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this has happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. I mean, he is pretty damn lucky, but in exchange, I lost everything. What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree. She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She's always said how she hates sneaky criminals. I knew that, but... once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask. Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a bowl is broken, there is always a way to put it back together. Is this where we use the sacred urn? Yeah, because broken and repaired. So it was broken, but it's now repaired. Look at it. The sacred urn? Daisy was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. Oh, and that's another reason. Not the fact that it was actually broken. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have anything to worry about. Oh, don't have to worry about anything. Oh, there you are. Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Hey, she smiled. Thank you, I appreciate it. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. Oh my god, she sounds crazy. But didn't you say that you hate criminals? Hmm? Oh! You only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Okay, it seems she's turned it on its head. Chivalrous. I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Dizzy. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes. I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Lots of dots. I can feel my face going red. Oh, fuck, not again. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations! Is he gonna get slapped? Again? Talk about bad timing. I love that noise. With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya. No, you've got it wrong, I'll never forgive you. Oh, never ever. Did she knock him out? I mean, it went black. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Wow, he got beat the shit out of by like an 8-year-old girl. Or she like 10. I can't remember how old Pearls is. Ron said a broken ball can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Hey! Yeah, that does look a lot better. And look at how happy they are. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. And look at their faces, they're so happy. See, now that's the way you end a case. That was only episode 2. My god. The stolen turnabout. There's still 3 cases left, I think, which means there's so much left of the game. I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I'm looking forward to it. Yay! Of course I want to save. Yes, please. And that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.